Hi everyone, today we will be talking about connotative and denotative. Connotative and denotative are two principal methods in describing the meaning of a word. These are topics under semantics, in which its primary purpose is to elaborate meanings of words and phrases in a sentence. What is the difference between connotative and denotative? Denotative refers to the literal meaning of a word. It is the standard dictionary definition, while connotative are meaning of words that are beyond what is literal. It is the emotions, feelings, and ideas a word brings to mind. It is a meaning created through personal, social, or cultural influences. Therefore, word connotation will not necessarily be the same for everyone because they deal with the personal feelings and beliefs that are rooted in language. Now let's take a look at how connotative and denotative differ with these examples. Take the word vintage. By its very definition, when you say something is vintage, it means that it was made a long time ago. Like for example, my friend's dad drives a vintage Ferrari. The adjective vintage here simply means that the Ferrari was made a long time ago. So it is denotation. But consider this sentence. A lot of women love to shop for vintage clothing. Vintage here doesn't mean that they're looking for something simply made a long time ago. It just means it's an old style making a comeback, such as headscarves or Mary Jane shoes. That is why it is connotation, because it has an implied meaning, not literal.
Example number 2, denotation. Let's consider another word, gritty. The definition of gritty is having a rough texture, so in literal sense, we might say, this sandpaper is gritty. It will make the countertop nice and smooth. In connotation, that side of town is pretty gritty. In that sense, we are not saying that section of the city has a rough texture. Instead, we are saying it's a tough neighborhood, perhaps with issues related to crime and poverty. Example, my mom is economical when she goes grocery shopping. In connotation, my mom is cheap when she goes grocery shopping. The denotative meaning of economical and cheap both mean to save money, but the connotative meaning of economical is positive. It connotes being careful with one's money. The connotative meaning of cheap is negative. Next, denotation. The snake uses its tongue to smell things around it. It is a smart animal. Connotation. Pipa is the snake in our team because he told our plan for the game to the other teams.
Good day, everyone. So, as my part, I will be discussing the examples of denotative, or also known as denotation, and connotative, or also known as connotation. So, let's start. Denotation. The COVID-19 virus attacks people's immune system for them to become ill. In connotation, go away from that person. He is just a virus in your life. He will make your life miserable. Next. My mother takes good care of her ornamental plants. She waters them every day. In connotation, my mother waters her ornamental plants with love and care. Next, denotation. The largest mammal on earth, the African elephant, weighs up to 8 tons. In connotation, I am becoming an elephant, gaining pounds and pounds every week. To further understand what is the meaning of denotative and connotative, I will give you more examples. In the word brain, in denotative meaning, it means human organ that controls all body functions, while in connotative meaning, it means intelligence, capability, wisdom, IQ, or knowledge. Here's more. In the word chicken in denotative meaning, it means type of domesticated fowl, while in connotative meaning it means easy. In a word cross, in denotative meaning it means an upright post with a transverse, while in connotative meaning it means a heavy burden, suffering, heavy problem, and punishment. In denotative meaning, the word fire means a flame caused by burning, while in connotative meaning, it means an intensity of eagerness, aggressiveness, and hatred.
Hello everyone. To further understand the connotation, I will give meaning and examples. In connotative, we don't take the literal meaning of the word, but we describe the word on the basis of personal, social, and cultural associations. For example, the word woman literally means an adult human female, but connotatively, woman could mean weaker sex, soft, and frail. Likewise, while rose is a type of flower for everyone, for some it has connotations of romance and love. Another example is the word apple. It's associated with health and well-being, but for many people, it's a symbol of temptation. And in the modern world, it has even come to represent high-end technology products. Moreover, connotation refers to a word's tone, a word's energy, and that can be positive, negative, or neutral. For example, in neutral, we have a visitor in our house. In positive, we have a guest in our house. In negative, we have an intruder in our house. Here are some examples of neutral, positive, and negative. In neutral, we have unusual, proud, curious, persistent, laid back. In positive, unique, confident, interested, dedicated, easygoing. In negative, bizarre, arrogant, nosy, stubborn, and lazy. To make us more understand, we have an exercise here. Identify the following underlined words as connotative or denotative. Number 1, don't be a tiger. Everyone is afraid of you. The underlined word here is the tiger. And this sentence is connotative. Why? Because it doesn't talk literally that the person will become a tiger. It just talks that, it means that the person has a attitude like a tiger. Number 2, rain usually falls during the months of July, August, and September. The underlined word here is rain, and this sentence is denotative. Why? Because it talks literally that rain falls during the month of July, August, and September. Number 3, my father is my rock. The underlined word here is rock, and this is connotative. Why? Because he or she is not literally talking that his or her father is a rock. Number 4, a bamboo tree stands beside our house. The underlined word here is tree, and it is denotative because it literally talks that the bamboo tree stands beside their house. Number 5, Katrina is the star of the show. The underlined word here is star, and it is connotative. Why? Because it does not refer to Katrina. It does not literally refer to Katrina that she is a star. And I guess that's the end of our lesson. Thank you for listening.